Welcome to Gameweek 365 for Sorare. Definitely looking forward to seeing what we can put together in terms of not just the drafts but our main teams as well. Done a little bit of buying to get stuff in. I fully expect we'll probably run a little bit more than 12 teams this week. Like the Dortmund competition, I'm not fussed for it in the slightest, because obviously you need two Dortmund players. I know it says mix, but it's obviously limited, rares, super rares, and unique. I don't have Dortmund players. I don't even delve into the like Bundesliga for anything. So pity, but yeah, it's something to keep an eye on for in due course. So in terms of our teams, so Bundesliga amateur, we are I think generally happy with what we're going in for this game week. Frimpong's maybe the only question mark. I'll have put Lacroix and over Bornau in the squad, but like this is the main five I like to use anyway just now, and I think I'll probably stick with it. Like Bayern will be interesting to see how they perform. Like watching Gladbach v Union Berlin will be an interesting one, with Thuram playing quite well lately. But I'm sticking with these five for now. French League Amateur. Do we go? I think we might change Nubel for Mandanda. I think would probably be the wisest shout. From there, I would say Fouquet should score well against Strasbourg. From there, Honorat for Brest v Ajaccio should be pretty sound. Rongier just super consistent regardless. And Jonathan David, I'd fancy to do well against Auxerre. Obviously, Habib has got a high score, but he's not doing much the last couple games, so I'm not sure 100% if he's injured or whatever. It's suspension, that's what it was. So he carried over too many yellows and whatnot, but yeah. Should be back for next game week, but we're not using them anyway. And the five that we're going to run with, we're happy with nonetheless. La Liga, for me, don't really ever feel a need to change it. Feel happy in Oblak. Well, saying that, Oblak, I'm going to swap just because Barca Atletico is going to be a tricky one. So I'm going to take the chance that Reykjavik can produce the goods against Getafe. He played really well against Celta Vigo, so that should help his cause. Maffeo, happy enough with him. Espinal is steady, but Espanyol v Cadiz is a tricky game to kind of determine how that will play out. Parejo is super consistent. Modric, I'm happy with. And then same with Benzema. I expect Real Madrid to maybe deliver the goods. Modric is becoming a bit more of a risky option to hold, and simply just because of like it makes me then feel like, do I take him out and bring somebody else in, whether it be from Real or Sociedad, or but I feel like this is a game that he might show up in. We'll see. We will see. I feel I need that kind of luck with him. MLS Amateur, obviously we've got like our squad that we already run for it, but Hector Herrera didn't play. I think was that due to like yellows or something? He just didn't play. Right. That's what ruined me last week. But I fancy Burkey to score well against Colorado. I'd say clean sheet is where I'm kind of leaning towards. Atlanta Chicago should be kind of evenish game, but I feel confident in Wiley and Arujo to do well, and then Klaus I expect to kind of probably maybe he might run right and get 2 or 3 goals. But yeah, for a 5 this week, I am thinking of going to put Klaus as captain, just for this game week due to the nature of who's playing, and run it from there. It might backfire horribly, but it's more my fear of if Herrera's not playing this game week again. I've not heard anything, or as I said, it might change between now and obviously tomorrow at 3. In terms of like what we've run from here. Goalies, we're in a state. Like, we are legitimately in disaster. No, I don't want Keylor Navas game. I'm going to swap. Leicester and Wolves. Madison might turn up, might not. Big game for Leicester. If they're going to turn up, this is the game to turn up in. Botman, like, I'm probably just, in fact, when's, like, Saliba's due back like next week, so that'll help. Odegaard happy enough with. Haaland has no game, so we have to sub out Haaland. Or we run Brennan on the assumption and hope that he can turn up and do some damage. And my thinking is maybe just go with that. Take the chance that, with being Liverpool, yes, they were really good last week, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to click this week. We know how inconsistent Liverpool have been this season. Plus, he just needs a goal. That's all he needs in his favour. Serie A, Mary, I'm willing to take a chance with a net. The challenge for me is, like Napoli, all eyes were on them for Europe, and it's fell apart. Like, that was not what I was expecting. So yeah, it's going to be fun and games to be had with that one. I'm thinking swap out defenders. Milinkovic, Savic, I'm happy with. Boga's having a mixed spell lately, so it's going to be fun and games. But I feel like Roma's certainly a game where Atalanta may get a result against. But for me, I definitely need to sub out like Kalulu. I feel now, maybe bring somebody else in. So we'll confirm that for now. But I'm just going to make a quick swap from a defensive point of view. So Kalulu is 55. I'd rather take out a 55 point player than a anything else. How's Martinez Quarter been playing? Quite steady. Couple 60 point games. How's Milinkovic doing? He's usually just steady. In a good way, obviously, is what I mean. Destiny Adogi, nope. I don't really want to touch Udinese personally. But yeah, I'm thinking might just go with Milinkovic, because I know what to expect from him. So, and it's Monza, and Fiorentina have been very good lately. So yeah, we'll swap out Umtiti, bring in Milinkovic, and that should set us up nicely. Now from here we'll go our cap squads first, because we're going to have to work these out a little bit. This is going to be fun and games. Right, so the challenge for us this game week is, how do we get the team to actually get under threshold? Now, Nacho I want to be playing, but the problem is I'm probably going to have to resort to either Sergio Gonzalez or Jose Leon taking that defensive spot. It means I'm getting the threshold under. Like, he's scoring well the last like half dozen games. Leon's steady as well when he does play, and like both are good enough. I feel Leon's maybe. I'm going to go with Gonzalez on the hope that he does start. It doesn't overly worry me. Like, and I'm thinking put Corredera in for this game week, because he's playing really well lately and he's been taking set pieces, so that's kind of where I'm leaning towards it. It gives us 6 to play with. Like, I know I could go better still and I could put Jokin in, because I know he'd be playing, and the reason why I'm saying that is because Gironspur may get a bit of a hammering against Istanbul Besiktas, and it would then mean I could do Nacho. I might actually do that. It would be a free hit. So then I've got 14. I can go back up to Nacho. I've still got 2 to play with. yeah, let's go with that. And then it's all one league. We know what to expect then. Gives us a comfort. So that's a strong 240 that I'm happy with. Gives me a team that we can run and go from there. Champion America is next, which we'll focus on. MLS wise, I'm happy. I'm just needing to sort out another forward really, because I'm kind of in this predicament of Casper's suddenly didn't play last game week, which was a bit disappointing, especially when a few games ago he was scoring two scores of 70. So yeah, I need to see how that one progresses. Like Hadib, Quignon, Boxall, I know it takes a bit with them. McMath, like Quakes, or San Jose Earthquakes and Inter Miami. Interesting teams nonetheless, but I feel Hadib and McMath will still score well, but we'll stick with that team. 220. We try and stick with what we usually have, but now we're obviously a little bit higher up because El Yakubi is playing well, Musto is not, Suga's playing a little bit well, but Musto is back, I know that much. Ortuno is what saves us for cap, but the problem is we are probably going to drop St. Clair. I can easily slot in a lower rated common goalie, and I'm probably going to do that just for this game week. Bowman tempts me at 39 because under 40, and I've still got a lot to, I can still work with it. And Hoffenheim's playing really well just now, so that's what kind of goes in his favour. If I take the commons out and go to limited, obviously just take out what we've got. So at the moment, like, we have plenty of depth to work with. El Yakubi, I feel will still score well, so that will definitely help his case. But I'm thinking drop Ortuno for this game week. So that means Suga will lead the line against the Vispa, which I'm worried because it then means I've got 220 for Consadole, and then I've got Champion Asia for Avispa, so that'll be a right laugh. But yes, that's that kind of challenge. But at the moment, I'm going to stick with that. So Ortuno will get dropped. So Suga will take. What I'll do is I'll put Suga there, so that Suga can fit in there, and I've then got a threshold of 37 to work with. But I think personally I may bring in Benamar in this team to then go. Who do I go in with? Somebody, maybe a defender, so that's maybe my thinking. Like, I could easily run Consadole, like a Consadole stack, and then put Arano and Miyazawa in, but realistically at the same time it's not something that's going to score me well. So I'm going to take Benamar. I'm going to hope that being Volendam Cambuur, that he has a chance, and then it allows me with 40 to play with. It then becomes a little bit tricky, just a little bit tricky. Albrecht's seen Antlers or Dark, keep away for that kind of game. Might have to run 2 forwards, you know that. As much as I don't want to. Like, the problem is, it's like Ortuno for those 2 games is the reason why they got results. And then he doesn't play against Malaga. It's like, come on. The guy's like your goals. The guy has scored goals for you and you're not playing him. It's like, have a word, guys. Have a word. Might go Zuparik, actually, because. But seeing that Cincinnati, I'm not 100% sure what their situation is. But yeah, we've got 40 to play with. It's because of El Yakubi is what is the challenge. Yeah, I'm going to go Zuparik. I'm going to run 2 defenders. I would have ran Ortuno if I had confidence in him playing. That's the problem. It's like, it's a shame. Right, Champion Asia. Might as well have that ready. Get that put in. Still fancy my usual 5. Not really any complaints. Nagaishi should start because Murakami played in the cup game. Haruyuki Mei, fine with him. Yamagishi and obviously Lukin came off the bench. That's my only concern, but I think that was just to give him a little bit of extra game time, I think, and try and get a result in the cup. But for a 5, I am In fact, I'm going to make my captain this game week. Change it about. So that sorts that out. Second Division Europe, we're going to, in fact, All-Star first. Get All-Star squad first. Right. So we are going to run an actual goalie, so this gives us an actual team. So we can run Fairhat, and then it gives us a goalie. So we're sorted on that front. Defensively, I'm happy with Silvis, so that's fine on that front. Midfield wise, we have plenty of options. I'm going to run Aitor Sands in this, just so that way that he's still getting game time, but also that I feel confident in his ability. And as I said, Sergio Gonzalez. So we're kind of running into the what do you call it, Tenerife players. Now Yilmaz is the tricky one, because is he going to play against Go Ahead? And at the moment, as far as I'm led to believe, the answer is probably not, because I think there's a mix of like manager issues, and also this is a game they would want to be winning anyway. But for now, we're probably going to just run Ortuno, but then means we can't run Second Division Europe because we can't run a squad as it were. But it doesn't really bother me. I'll go with Silvis. Like if I know he's at least coming on Ortuno, then that's fine. He might start, because like the team Cartagena might finally start to realise, like, oh, because he's not playing. Well, yeah, because the problem with MLS Pro, or my problem, is I can't run a full squad just now because I don't have a spare forward, which is a bit of an annoyance, but I will try and get that sorted. I might try and make it happen. I'll see. 270 is the last squad that we're going to put a team in for now. Obviously this team doesn't overly matter too much, but Marafona won't start because he's still banned, because it's a free match ban. So Esquita will come in this team. Then defensively, it's like clutching at straws a little bit, but we're going to go, I'm going to assume the, in fact, did I run Sittard stack in 220? Nah, in 242. Nah, an All-Star, doesn't matter. Right, so basically the players we're going to run in this are non, like Victor Diaz is a funny one, because if he plays, he seems to score well if he starts, but that's half the challenge. So I'm going to run as many of my Tenerife players fittingly in as possible, but I'm going to take the chance on Yilmaz playing in this one. I really am, because Dulja doesn't play now, but he comes on for like 30-40 minutes, and I'm like, why? Play more. Evil Pinto didn't play too well the last game, which was, it's sometimes natural, but yeah, I'm going to stick with that 5. Yes, there's a 47 play, but I'm generally happy with that. Like, I would play Vrenz if I knew he was going to play, but I'd rather play players that are playing and at least try and have a bit of a chance. Like, I know I'm not going to get threshold or I'm sorry, not threshold, probably get a reward, but at least give myself a chance, because it's end of the day, like, you never know, players might pop off, that kind of thing. Challenger Europe, can I actually field a team in Challenger Europe? I probably can. Vrenz, Asuar, Dulja, yeah, I can. So I'm at 4 or 5. Second Division Europe, I think is the same problem, because it's like Barrio, Victor Diaz, Miramon. Yeah, I can only run 4 or 5, right? That's fine. So fundamentally, we could get to 14, maybe 15. We could run 15 if we were to get 3 forwards, basically, between now and tomorrow. Possibly could happen, because there's a few players I'm looking at the moment. So yeah, we're at 12 teams at the moment. We might get up to 15, pending circumstances, all that kind of stuff. But even then, it means Challenger Europe, MLS Pro, Second Division Europe are just fun squads more than anything. But let me know, folks, what kind of teams you are going to run for this game week. As I said, if we can run 15, we'll try and run 15, but I'm not expecting much at the same time. It just gives me players getting game time everywhere and having a bit of fun nonetheless. But hopefully we can have some success with like 240. That's what we're enjoying. We were unlucky, as I said, for 240, not finishing tier 2 last week, but it's a team that I feel confident it can get threshold, which is what matters to me, at least. As long as I can get threshold, we're at least competitive. So have a good one, folks. Take it easy all. Thanks for listening. Have a good one, and I will speak to you all later.